Hey there, I'm Tyree Henry, and you are joining me behind the scenes for my Ebony cover shoot, October issue. You have to have tenacity in order to matriculate through Morehouse. It was an interesting time for me, because I got in there at the beginning of 2000, the turn of the millennium. It was also a time of my life where I was really trying to figure out who I wanted to be, and Atlanta, Georgia definitely helped with that. My community at Spelman was thick as thieves, very tight. I mean, we did some of the most kamikaze missions when it came to plays. Like one semester I was playing Tartuffe for Moliere, and then the next semester I was doing an original work by Anna Devere Smith. What was also great was that we were able to go out into the community of Atlanta. So, we were doing a lot of theater around the city, but it was just like it was like a troupe, like a traveling troupe of these Black students, like doing theater, and it was great. And I just remember immediately, I was like, oh, these are my people. Like, this is where I need to be. The mystique of Morehouse, you know about it before you even embark on the journey to get there. And so I remember finally getting to Morehouse. And I remember orientation, right? And I remember thinking, I just remember thinking, I was like, is this what I really want? Is this what I really want to go through? Do I feel like I can be who I want to be here? I mean, like everything that they told me, for some reason, I was like, I feel like I have to find my own way. I don't want to be so rigid within the construct of what this is. What I learned from the lesson of that is that that's what college is supposed to be about. You finding out who you are, you experiencing the world the way you want to, fighting for your individuality in a way. And the history and legacy of Morehouse is so deeply rooted in such a wonderful way. But at the same time, I was like, I really think I have a sense of who I am and who I want to be. And yeah, I pushed back a lot, more than I should have. But at the end of the day, I don't think that I'd be sitting here. I don't think that I would be the man in the world that I am now had I not gone through that experience at this institution. I think knowing that in this industry, they don't make it easy. Still today, they don't make it easy. It allowed me to have more freedom because I was like, well, I'm not doing it for you. I'm doing this for me, and I'm doing it for the people who recognize and see me. I think about a lot of the characters that I have portrayed, and most of them are characters that most people wouldn't even allow in their living rooms. Like if you don't go into certain areas or you aren't in certain places, you probably would never even interact with them. And so for me, I'm always like, but there's still people that exist and that you need to know. They're relatable to us. They're our cousins, they're our friends, they're people like you interact with them. And so I just try to keep the truth of that. I just try to always play all the different men that I knew in my life and try to make sure that they see themselves reflected and make sure that they feel like, oh my God, like we know this dude. Doing theater is one of my favorite things in the world because that curtain comes up and then you have 2 hours maybe to tell a story from beginning to end and there's nowhere to hide, there's nowhere to go. What's really crazy is that because we're Black anyway, we're always trying to figure out how to act and be and move in different places. Like we are the amazing shapeshifters of a culture, because we are always told the places we can occupy, where we can be, what's dangerous, we always do it. We're always doing it. We have to always be culturally conscious, but there also needs to be a sense of deep pride at the end of the day. What will you fight for? What are you willing to lay down for? I have Morehouse to credit for that in a big way because it was like, I don't ever want my visibility to be squashed. We always have to find ways to move and shapeshift in order to survive. That's just a part of our life. But at the same time, I just hope that we don't lose the true identity of who we want to be, because sometimes you can get lost in that shape-shifting and then, there's glitches and you don't even know how to get back to who you were to begin with. What I love about being in Morehouse and Spelman is that I got to really cement the man that I wanted to be in the world and recognize all the ways and places and spaces I can navigate and shape-shift in there, but also come back to the root of who I am.